Welcome back to Purple Catharsis, where the feeling is the healing. And welcome to day 7 of the 21 days energy reset. First, congratulations. You made it through the first week. And if today is your very first day listening, that is okay too. There is no falling behind here. There is only the moment you decide to begin. Maybe something brought you here today. Curiosity, exhaustion, or maybe your heart quietly asking for a different way of moving through life. Whatever brought you here, welcome. Today is a bridge, a pause between one week and the next, a chance to look back before we keep moving forward. And today feels like the right moment to check in with the heart of this space, purple catharsis. Purple because purple has long been associated with higher awareness, intuition, and seeing beyond the surface of things. And catharsis, because sometimes we carry so much for so long that something inside us finally says, I cannot carry this the same way anymore. Not because we are broken, but because something in us is ready to be released. That is really the heart of this podcast. I do not have all the answers. I am still learning too. This is not about someone standing on a stage telling you how to live your life. It is simply a space for honest conversations, a space to pause, to reflect, to notice what is helping and what is hurting, to be curious about ourselves, and maybe to see things a little differently than we did yesterday. If even one person feels something shift here, if one person breathes a little deeper, if one person feels less alone, then this space has already done what it came here to do. Over the last 6 days, we learned how to pause. We learned that caring for ourselves is not selfish. We learned that self-respect deserves a seat at the table. We learned that not everything is an emergency. We remembered that life is built from small moments. And we allowed ourselves to carry life with a little more lightness, not because life suddenly became easy, but because we started showing up differently. The truth is, life will continue being life. There will still be unexpected problems. There will still be hard days. There will still be moments that test our patience, our strength, and our energy. But while we cannot control every experience, we can choose how we carry it. We can choose what baggage we keep dragging behind us. We can choose what no longer deserves space in our suitcase. Maybe this week showed you that you have been carrying guilt, pressure, fear, people pleasing, responsibilities that were never yours to begin with. Maybe it is time to set some of that down. Not because it never mattered, but because it no longer serves where you are going. Because one pause does not heal everything. One moment of awareness does not fix an entire life. This is daily work. Energy in, energy out. A little progress, one day at a time. And that is what this reset is about. Not perfection, not pressure, not fixing your whole life in 21 days. It is about practicing, learning, adjusting, and remembering. My only job here is to remind you. And this is the reminder I keep coming back to. Healing is not forcing ourselves to be positive every second of the day. Sometimes healing begins when we sit with what is true. We acknowledge it, we understand it, and we move through it. Feelings were never meant to be permanent residents. They were meant to be messengers. And when we allow ourselves to feel them, something begins to move, something begins to soften, something begins to heal. That is why here in Purple Catharsis, the feeling is the healing. So today, before we step into a new week, take a moment to thank yourself. You showed up, you listened, you became a little more aware. And awareness is where every change begins. Today, thank the universe for the gift of being alive, for the air you breathe, for the sun that rises whether you notice it or not, for the countless things working together every day to make life possible. And most importantly, for the power of choice, because no matter what happened yesterday, you still have the ability to decide how you move forward today. Take a breath. Feel your feet on the ground. When you are ready, let's walk into week 2 together. And remember, the feeling is the healing.